happy Tuesday to you wherever you are in any part of the world. I don't know if it's Tuesday in some part yet. But yeah, it's Tuesday here in the United Kingdom. That's my baby talking in the background. I can't stop him. So let's just assume it's a background sound. Okay. As you can see from the topic, I am here to talk about the other side of success, the other side that nobody talks about, the part that people don't address. And yeah, success is a good thing. It brings a good feeling. It attracts people to you. You feel fulfilled. You feel like yes, you feel like your efforts is paying off. You feel fulfilled with success. However, there are some other part of success that people don't address, and I think that we should also prepare ourselves and our children for these other parts, because they occur whether we like it or not, or they occur in probably other forms whether we like it or not. Oh, Mrs. Obadino, thank you. Thank you so much, ma. Wow, that's one big woman I respect a lot. Thank you, ma. So I'm talking about the other part of success, the other side that we don't often talk about, or is often overlooked, or probably people don't address. So of course, the first part I would say maybe the rigorous activities that leads to success, like the sleepless nights, the things you have to put together to achieve what you want to achieve. The If it's probably a weight loss journey, exercise, denying yourself of your cravings, those are the hard parts. Those are the parts that actually makes you look into yourself for more self-discipline. It's more like you taming yourself, and it's very hard. You seeing things that you really want to eat but you're not able to because you want to achieve weight loss. Another part of is probably marital success. You want a marriage that is loving, is kind, is filled with glamour, is filled with love. It doesn't just come by. It entails patience. It entails you going out of your way, which sometimes is not easy, because I mean I'm just a few years into marriage, but then the few years have been filled with moments of learning. You have to sometimes not put yourself in the face, sometimes like not put yourself in the picture, just for you to look after the other person, or even look after your own child. With parenting is lovely. It's good to have children, but what about the sleepless nights? What about waking up to change diapers? What about putting their own schedule into yours, just so that you can attend their program, so that you can attend whatever it is that they are involved in, to train them up in the talents that they are gifted in. That takes a lot, with your own schedule, with going to work, with even going to develop yourself as a person. That's a lot. And that is also one part that probably, well, people talk about it now, but there is a part that people don't talk about when it comes to success, when it comes to especially pronounced success, public success that puts you out in the public. And what I want to talk about is the fact that sometimes your circle reduces, and your circle could involve people that you highly esteem, people that you love, people that, they can even include family members, they can include friends of years, friends that you've grown up together. And when it starts getting to the point of, sometimes it's not even out of jealousy, sometimes it's because the attention span is no more there. Sometimes it's because purpose is no more aligning, kind of, and then it looks like, okay, the way you are thinking is not the way this person is thinking. This person is thinking this way, but your own thought is going towards your own purpose. And it is not as though you are wrong, it's just because your life is aligning in different ways. So it is difficult for you to have even something to base your conversations on. So you cannot even have a discussion. And before you know it, the people that you really love to spend time with, they start leaving your circle. You find the relationship straining. You don't really communicate the way you used to communicate anymore. And before you know it, it fizzles out. Like, I've even seen as bad as friends blocking themselves, not because probably they had a very hard break up. It's just because probably it is hard to see themselves move on away from each other. You know, you see this person's post, you see them, yeah, you see their status, but you are not communicating, you are not talking anymore. And it hurts because friendship outbreaks also hurts. It hurts so bad. So they block themselves because they don't even want to see the light of each other. I mean, that's probably in extreme cases or maybe in jealous cases or whatever. But then there are even some cases to protect themselves, protect their heart, they have to like let go of each other. And that is the part that people don't talk about. I remember a story of when I was very, 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 very young, when I was in secondary school, that's high school. I was in GSS 1 or 2, and I was this great child. We It was like my academics was quite all right, but I noticed that I wasn't having friends. I noticed that my friends were going away from me. I noticed that I they were being childish as well. Okay, and probably, oh, why should you be the one to get the highest score? Why should you be the one to do that and that? And I felt like I'm not having anybody to talk to anymore. I'm spending my break time alone. And then it now got to the point of ganging up, like subtle bullying. Like they will gather together, talk about me to my face and things like that. Like, okay, if this academics is what is causing people not to be my friends, I will rather not pay attention to my academics. I would rather be in their gang. Okay. So when it's time to study, normally the time I study, I'll go out with them. When it's time to like, just do random things that we are not supposed to, just wasting time. Let me put it that way. I will go with them just to belong, just so I'm not alone. Now, this is a very good lesson that I'm learning, okay? And even now that as an adult, life will take a lot of things away from you, including your time and attention. Your time and attention to some things would reduce. You might not spend so much time on social media anymore. When you become married, when you become a parent, when you start climbing the career ladder, the time you spend on a lot of things starts reducing, and you need to learn to adapt to those changes. And the same thing with my other friends as well. The fact that they're not giving me attention doesn't mean they hate me, and it doesn't mean that they don't like me. It's just because everybody is busy with their lives. I've come to learn this with experience, that the fact that, I mean, I've learned to chat people up like, what's up? We are not talking anymore. Is there a problem? And they're like, oh, it's just, I'm just being busy and all of that. Once it's that, we are all right. But I've had a couple of friends that said, nothing happened. I just didn't feel like talking to you. And then it went on, and I'm like, nah, I don't have time. I don't have time. If I don't know what's up with my network. So I understand. Don't know what's up with my network. So I understand at that moment that life can be happening to all of us, and it's okay for everybody to face their purpose, to face their family, to face their career, and that is adulting. It reduces your, and the funny thing is, the more it reduces your friendship and some of these relationships, it adds to you as well. You are able to connect more intentionally to people that you tend towards the same journey. You are able to connect more intentionally to people that you have the same vision, you have the same purpose in mind. Okay, you are not just dilly-dallying into people, you are not just walking into people for the sake of friendship. So the heartbreak that comes from you losing people is real. Like, it's real. People, even if you don't lose them completely, if they are still in your life, sometimes the connection reduces. Sometimes, the way you connect reduces, just because probably the amount of time spent together is no more there. You don't go for nights, for girls' night anymore. You don't go for dates anymore. You don't have time to visit each other and just sit down and just all day. Sometimes you even see their messages and you wanted to reply, but probably you got distracted by your child or by other things, and then you're like, This morning, I opened my phone. I said I was going to reply all my messages. I got distracted by a call, then by another thing. The messages are still there. And, I feel very bad for not attending to them. But what can I do? I'm just one person, okay? And so so I've also learned to, because of these experiences of mine, I've also learned to give grace to people. Like, the fact that you're not responding to my calls doesn't mean that, something is wrong. Could just be, I even tend to like check up on them, like, are you all right? Like, is everything okay? For you not responding for a very long time, and they're like, oh, I got busy and everything. So that is just the other part of success I want to talk about. The part of losing friendship, or the connection with people reducing. It hurts a lot to see that, the connection is not. I mean, there are ways by which you can make things up, by which probably at some time in the year you can plan a girls trip, or you can plan a friendship get together or something, and then you have all the time to yourself. The same thing with couples, okay? Like, life can be very demanding when you climb the ladder of, when you climb the family ladder, when you start having children, when you start working, it reduces the attention you give each other. But then you can find intentional means of, connecting to each other. So all these things just also points or boils down to what is the capacity, or what is the strength of this relationship. Why is this relationship surviving in the first place? Like, what is the purpose of this relationship, of this friendship? If it is what you're going all out and fighting for it, please do, and find time to spend with each other. Find time, look for intentional ways of connecting to each other intentionally, okay? And even if you're not able to, you can find ways of making things up later, connecting, somebody taking care of the kids while you go out with your spouse, or somebody taking care of the kids while you go out with your girls, and all of that. No relationship is, does not have a purpose anyways. And even if it does not have a purpose, the network is not really stable. Oh my god. Wow, I thought, wow. So yeah, I'll just bring this to a close very quickly to say, yeah, the other side of the other parts of relationships, that or of success. I'm trying to change. Yeah, thank you so much, Ma, for pointing that out. I didn't even realize that my network is not very stable. Oh my god. So yeah, the other part of success is that, it can streamline your journey, it can streamline your relationships. It could be as though you are losing people, you are losing friends, people are no more coming to you, or your old friends are now going, or you're not really finding time again with what you love or what you used to crave. It's part of success. So the reason why you are letting go of all those things should be your focus. And if you are able to combine it together, multitask, to involve your friends and family into whatever you are doing, please do, okay? Yeah. So that is all I want to share this morning. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Mrs. Obadina, like, this is a pleasant surprise this morning. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I would like to bring this to an end. I was told that the network is not really stable. I did not get the memo on time. I will try to see into it. But I just switched network now. I hope it is stable. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, and I will see you in the next live. Bye.